Hi, my name is Susannah Clarke. These are 5 things that I wish I knew before starting my translational journey, developing Embody. We're a spin-out company in orthopaedics, and our sort of flagship product is an all-ceramic hip resurfacing. So one thing that I can say in hindsight I wish we'd done less of is focusing on interim solutions rather than always focusing on the final product. There are reasons for doing that in terms of de-risking and getting clinical feedback early, and there are obviously financial reasons to do it. But one thing that I hadn't quite considered from the outset was that it can be a little bit demoralizing for all of the team to launch something that is interim, and get to that final point and get it out there, and then the next day have to begin the sort of rework to put in all the other bits that you took out to enable this earlier launch time. And so where possible I would minimize doing that, even though there are sometimes it is essential. Also, something that we have done, which I think has been of great value to us, is build a small, tight team of key individuals who each of who are really engaged and invested in our project, and having less enables us to ensure that the fewer people are well invested in the project. By having this small team, we get really efficient communication between all parties and not much overlap between the different roles. Again, meaning efficient working, and when there's less people, I think everyone feels satisfied and appreciated in their role. And we have worked with bigger teams over the years, and it's not proportionately do we feel like we are so much slower because we're a small team, simply because we are working really quite efficiently. But obviously choosing the right team is really key in that, and finding these individuals, because each person becomes so much more of a critical part of the whole company. On that similar vein, and something that we have done at Embody is have a clinician on board as one of those key members. So basically, I mean, one of our founding members is a clinician, and having that person there to really direct both the whole business and the designs. I think it would have been really difficult without that, because unlike a lot of other industries, in the medical industry, the point of view of the healthcare professional is really so key in what you're doing, and really hard to obtain in any other way. Obviously, it only really works in a smaller company to have such a core team member be a working clinician, but it has been an invaluable part of our company. In a similar vein to the first one, where possible, I would have liked to have not had to make so many compromises for the purposes of time, because what we have found is that if you make one compromise, you better be sure that it's the only thing that is going to stop you getting to the end of the project at the right time, because we've had experiences that we've made one compromise only to find that it's something else which has caused a similar length delay. So by the time we get to the end point, we could have not made those previous compromises. So in hindsight, I would have liked to have had more consideration of the risk of the other activities, which might be limiting our ability to get where we need to be. That's definitely a hindsight thing. Last of all, something that we're sort of talking about quite a bit at the moment is quite specific things, dual sourcing, to provide a robust supply chain as volumes increase, where possible. It's not always possible to dual source, but sometimes it's very possible to do it. And if you have to do it at a later date, you have a lot of revalidation work to do that would have been a lot more efficient to just do that from the outset, and I think we could have done that. We didn't, because at the time we just wanted to move forward as quickly as possible. And anyway, yeah, those are my 5 things. Thank you very much.